Okay, we're going to wait a minute for people to come in, make sure we're on.
Hi, everybody. Good evening, love, and good evening, light. It's Dave and Wendy tonight. 888. Is anybody out there tonight?
Something with YouTube was not working.
We were having our technical times, but we're going to go with the flow because number 8 is flow, and everything is about flow. So let's see what happens. Are we going with the flow? We're gonna see if we're live. Are we flowing live? If you're out there, can you see us and hear us? Hello, 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 hello. Going with the flow. Flow is 88888. 1, 26, 20, 20, 24, 8, 8.
It says live.
Hi, everybody. Here we are. Hi, everybody. Here we are. All right. See, you just got to go with the flow. I'm telling you, you just got to go with the flow. So, I don't know. Were we actually broadcasting earlier or were we not? Anyway, I don't know. We aren't sure. Anyway, hi, everybody. Welcome to Languages of Lights. I'm Wendy. This is Dave. Hi. Thanks for joining us if you're new to my channel. I was in, and to all of you who are not new, hi everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for hanging out. Hey, love and light. How are you guys? Oh,
Shinobi.
Hey,
Hello.
Hey.
Thanks for letting us know you're here.
Thank you. I just want to make sure, that we can be heard and seen and just going with the flow today. So that really is what this is all about. So we are just going with the flow. I was inspired today by the date, and I know this is late now, but then something told me to do it at 8 p.m., the 8 p.m. hour of my time, Central Time here in the U.S. So wherever and whenever you're coming in from, hi, tell us where you are and when you are. So it occurred to me that today on 1/26/2024, that the day being 26 equals 8, the year 2024 equals 8, and also when you add up today's entire date, it equals 8. And I thought, wow, that's pretty kind of astounding. And I'm sure maybe other people already thought of it, but if you're not new to my channel, you know how much I love repeating numbers, and that's one of the things and one of the signs and synchronicities I think that so many of us use to show us that we're on the right track, that our guides have our back, that we're we use it for answers. We use it as signposts, and we use these numbers for messages. And how many people, including myself, think of them as angelic messages and messages from the higher realm. So that's what this channel is really all about: sharing, raising the consciousness, raising my consciousness by simply expressing myself, expressing ourselves, and inspiring all of you to express yourselves, share your light, show your light, and create the life we want by simply doing the things that we love and learning that that is what it's all about. And that's what today is all about too, is about going with the flow. Our last live we talked about 2024 and flow and the number 8. And so today when I realized it, I was all of a sudden, I told Dave, I said, well, I think we need to do something today. And I was like, oh, I need to pull 8 cards. I said, oh, I'm going to pull 8 oracle cards. So that's sort of how the whole thing started. And then, being the programming guru that Dave is, I asked him to write a program for me to tell me all of the days of this year that the day and the entire date equaled 8, because I was curious. And one of them already just passed in January on the 17th, I believe it was, correct? Because 17 equals 8, the date equaled 8. With that said, we all pay.
And the 8th.
Oh, and the 8th. Oh, the 8th of
January 8th.
Oh, yes. Excuse me. Of course. Hello. See. So I was curious about that, and then the next occurrences aren't going to be until October because, of course, the day starts with 10, which is equals 1, so it would be the same
So
numeric sequence.
so there are 3
Oh, oh my
8s in
gosh.
January
And
3
3,
8s in October.
swear to God, you
The
guys
other
did
3.
not even put that together.
So
So
half of 8.
no way. Hey, that's really cool.
And actually, I think
That's
that
really
there were
cool.
40 days throughout the year that equaled
8?
8.
Okay.
And
Because I was
I'm thinking the
I was
40
just
year
oddly
cycle.
curious, you know, because this and because the energy of this, and I didn't even know. Now this is a sacred circuit for the number 8, which represents flow. These were brought to us through Darlinka channel by Bashar, or the other way around. And I had started studying these like in 11 or something like that. When that right around the time that event took place, which I had the date memorized and now I don't. When he had talked about the sacred circuits and how to use them, how I used them, and how it did help me expand. And really, a lot of my whole YouTube channel has been kind of dedicated to that idea of, well, what happened then? And then I started speaking light languages, and so anyway, and you can see a lot of my own sacred circuits at the bottom of this page that I had drawn to create this journal, and
So it is also a full moon.
And yeah, so that was the other thing, was we're coming off the full moon last night, and my name is Wendy Wolfe. So if you're new, and so last night is the wolf moon. A lot of us also resonate with that idea, that animal spirit, the wolf spirit. And I like to pull I do like to pull the animal spirit cards also, just to get, a feeling for the energy of that animal spirit as well, and what it means to us, and what it means to me. And this particular deck, the spirit animal oracle. There we go. Wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. And I think a lot of when I think of repeating numbers, also, I think of the idea of, we see these numbers on the clock, or we see these dates, and we're inspired to look at that idea, even about turning knowledge into wisdom. What was what does that synchronicity of that number mean to me right now, and how does that knowledge gain wisdom for me as well? So and I was also reminded, with and bear with me, how I love to connect the dots, but the Sirius sacred circuits were brought to us from the star system Sirius, and brought to us through Bashar, given to the Yael, who actually gave them to Bashar, to the Sasani people. And the idea of the wolf spirit came to me just tonight, about my own dog, because she was awake and kind of stirring. And I got this message about that idea also, that the wolf spirit is, I want to say, almost innate in all of us, that connection. Every dog ever began here. And actually, we were talking earlier about doing Reiki and animal Reiki, and bringing our animals into a light language hangout and doing Reiki for our animals, just because it feels good. And so if you guys happen to be having your animals around, your furry or not so furry friends, they love this energy. They love being in the room with this energy. They love being with other people who are using these gateways, which we look at the 888 gateway, the Lion's Gate. Even there's an animal spirit attached to that. But the idea tonight was, I want to stay on that idea. The Sirius star system is the symbol of service to humanity. And isn't it so? We know that every single dog every canine companion came from originally the wolf. It's as if this companionship is somehow a part of us. Whether you're a dog person or a cat person, or I get all that, but the point was, it was the idea of the service to humanity, that energy, that idea, and here we are at the full moon, coming off this wolf full moon, and that was named by our Native Americans, because that's when the wolves were howling. They were hungry, cold in January, and so that was so named, this full moon. So if some of these things roll with some of you,
And I don't want to
No,
go too
please.
much off topic,
no, yeah,
but it's sort of funny because I was first thinking about the idea of the Asesani and the full moon, and that the energies of
that
balance
too.
are being brought to us through reflections of the moon from Sirius and Asesani.
Asesani. That's
So the full
Yes.
moon, in these special days, allow us to bring more balance into our lives, and the number 8 also reflects the idea of balance.
Yes, being the infinity symbol. Yes, and we were looking that up earlier, and the funny thing is, I didn't even know, Dave was Googling it earlier, that the number 8 for flow, that they use for flow, is also, the number 8 is what we use as a symbol of flow universally, because of that figure 8.
And an infinite loop.
And I was reminded just now too that Bashar had mentioned that, for people to help rebalance the hemispheres in their brain, to actually sit and trace that. And I've mentioned that many times, but I'm being reminded, there's only here and now, so I'm being reminded
also,
of that.
So one of the other things that I was reading was through an astrologer who was talking about also numerology, and suggests, and particularly during a full moon, and because this is an 8 year, that you can look at the number 8 and focus on that, and that brings
Yes.
abundance to you,
Abundance.
balance, and those types of things. And what's interesting is this information is not coming from probably anyone that knows even about Bashar or the sacred circuitry. These are universal numerological
turning knowledge
meanings.
into wisdom. This is our knowledge taking all this knowledge and turning it into wisdom for ourselves.
And it's funny, they also said some of the things you could do in a full moon.
Oh yeah.
One was journaling. One was soaking in the rays of the sun, taking your crystals out.
Connecting with other like-minded souls.
Connecting with others.
Hey, Jody.
Interestingly, the lavender and
that was the other thing. That was so weird. Okay, so I'm growing lavender and rosemary plants and overwintering them here, and our winters are very mild, pretty mild here. Anyway, they're in here in the sunroom. And the other day, I was just guided to take lavender and rosemary and go boil them in a pot together and steep them, and then strain it and use the water in the bath. And oh my God, you guys, I forgot. I was also guided to put it in Abby's bath, our puppy. So I was like,
so oddly, I was looking up stuff to do,
and it says and it said to do that exact combination,
Yep.
lavender and rosemary. So maybe that's a synchronicity for somebody, that maybe you guys are somebody's supposed to boil up some lavender and rosemary, and that's all
or incense.
Yeah. So maybe utilizing those herbs, and I do really like to use them in their natural form. That's why I boil them rather than using essential oils or anything like that, especially to put like on my skin or in my bath or for her, for the dog, is I want to use the actual plant material. But
and the other thing that sort of came to mind, which is, I don't want to digress too much, but
hey, this is what it's for, hanging.
we're Doctor Who fans.
Oh, big time.
And we were talking about the dog and being man's companion.
Yes.
So you said the word companion.
Yes.
And we were talking about dogs being man's best friend, and I was just thinking about that Doctor Who episode where there was like dog alien people who,
oh, that's right,
who actually, they're humanoid, they look like dogs. This is in the Doctor Who
they have like
shows.
dog faces, but
each individual dog person was literally assigned a human to be in charge of, to keep safe. And
I forgot about that. And we just watched that one, and
yeah.
it's an old one, but we
Yeah.
just watched it. It was a couple years old.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just funny. Of course, Sirius being the dog star as well.
Exactly.
So,
See, and that's how all this came together too. And I learned early on that Sasani and Sirius were concentrating their energies in our moonlight, and that when we gaze at the moonlight, that we're literally receiving their vibration, their frequency, that we're literally receiving those frequencies. Something else I thought of earlier when you were talking too about 8 and flow, and it'll come back to me.
Mm-hmm.
And we do put a lot of emphasis on the 8-8 Lion's Gate, and so for some reason this year, this idea of flow, I know that that idea is on the tip of my tongue. I'm like, it's right here. So I was guided to pull a Queen of the Moon Oracle.
So in honor of today's 8 day, we want to pick 8 cards.
So I thought, well, that'll be, I don't know.
And we're going to try to, not take forever.
Yeah, not take too long to do it. But, and then it's like, you know what I mean? And it's, well, okay. My guides tell me stuff, and I'm like, really? Okay, 8 cards, 8 p.m. And like, and Dave and I are like, yeah, we didn't eat yet. And we're like, and I'm like, okay, well, let's just go with the flow, and just hang out. And then the back of the cards, I'll show you guys the back too. It's got all the moon phases, which I always cover Dave's face, sorry. I'm going, okay, that's funny. Okay, you guys seriously cannot make this stuff up. Seriously. Okay, what did you just say about the 2 3s? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Reflections of an 8.
No, this is called the Flower Moon. It's number 33, you guys. I'm not even kidding. Blossoming. So he just talked about the 33 and putting the 2 3s together to make an 8. Oh, look how beautiful this card is too. Blossoming. We're blossoming, you guys. There's so many words that get stuck in my head. I get this, it's like an encyclopedia comes through, and I'm trying to put it into a sentence. Hey, Morgan, blossoming. What a beautiful energy card. I'm just going to show that again really quick. I just can't believe it, because I was going to pick a different card, and they said to me, look at the card on the bottom. Remember, we've been talking about this in a couple. They said, and so I'm like, oh, blossoming. Number 33, and that is real. And 33 also, of course, that is really funny that you said that about putting the 2 3s together and then making the 8. And then 33, of course, is that number of divinity. It's the number of the Christ consciousness, if you will. 33 is the Trinity, which is also the trinary consciousness energy of Earth, Sirius, and Asemic. And for some reason, I've just always really vibrated with that idea of wanting to receive that idea of because we all have serious star system in our DNA. We have so much more star stuff in our DNA than we can even begin to imagine. And also the excitedness about, as we go with the flow, doing the things that we love. This, again, part of this, the excitement of this channel is also about my connections with my star families and bringing those light languages through and bringing those star codes through. And oh God, I keep forgetting everything I'm going to say because there's so much going through my mind. And that this year of going with the flow, we're opening up this faucet and within ourselves.
Morgan says to blossom and bloom, look to the moth, look to the moon.
Look to the moon. I like that. Oh, to blossom and bloom,
said,
look to the moon.
I don't know where that came from.
I love that so much.
There you
go. And Dave and I are particularly excited about flowers. That's one of my favorite passions is flowers. And I think that part of this year is all about blossoming, going with the flow, going with our flow. There was more than I was going to say, but boy, I'll tell you, there's just so much in my head.
And this is a card that popped out of the Gateway Oracle cards.
I'm going to turn this over. In case we want to.
These do not have numbers.
Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say. You guys almost forgot. The number on this one too is number 67 on the Wolf card, which is 13, which is also the symbol of transformation, and allowing, when we allow that flow of energy to flow through us, that we literally are vibrating in the we're vibrating in that energy of transformation. And now I remember what I was going to say about the flow of abundance, because what you said about allowing the flow, and something about allowing the flow of abundance, and yet we know that we don't want everything all at once, right? We want a steady flow. We want we want that idea of the steady flow of abundance, and not this idea of allowing our natural flow and to allow that flow of abundance. Anyway, sorry, go ahead. I'm yeah. And this is how.
So I obviously don't need to read this, and it's pretty obvious, but the universe wants you to know to allow childlike wonder.
No, we didn't even show the card.
Soaring.
Soaring into joy, childlike wonder fills my life. That's what I was saying it before I looked at the card.
Find ways to experience joy in every moment. And it's sort of funny because the other video that you did,
I just did, was talking about, being in the here and now, finding that flow and everything.
In the here and now. There's only the here and now. So there's no need to wait for any other here and now to experience and express your joy.
Soaring into joy. Allowing that flow of joy. That has been a big message for me this year, is stopping the self-judgment and just allowing what I'm feeling to flow. Like this today, like just doing this. I'm like, there's got to be messages for us all if we're all tuning into this vibration, whenever that is. Soaring into joy, childlike wonder fills my life. And it's funny because I was talking about the frogs outside and the just wanting to be outside today all day and having this childlike wonder of just wanting to really explore with this just I was like I was like how could I could sit here all day listening to the and watching the birds and the doves and
The nature
you know,
noises.
the childlike wonder.
And how do you do that? You
No, it's only supposed to be one card from each
open
deck.
to love.
You pull 2 cards. Okay.
It came out.
Okay, it came out. All right, somebody needs to say that or see it. My heart is opening to love. Well, I would say that goes with the flow, doesn't it, guys? Flow. Who needs more love to flow through them, with them in their lives? We all do, right? But that love starts there, right here, opening to love. When that's, and I think about Abby again, my puppy, how the love that we feel, the joy, the just the unabandoned joy that we feel when we open our hearts just to the dog, to our companions, I don't want to say furry because not a lot of people have all kinds of companions that necessarily don't have fur, but it's like, but that idea that when I open to love, I am soaring in joy. And when I'm soaring in joy, my heart is open to love and that flow of that beautiful energy.
And Morgan asks if we have an email. So you could contact Wendy on her website, languagesoflights.com. I think there should be a link.
There's but you can
any one of her videos.
And languagesoflights@gmail.com. Yeah, but you can contact me directly through the website, which there's links in every single video. But yeah, languagesoflights@gmail. You can send it directly or whichever way. So yes, that's and that's one of the interesting things of the messages that I wanted to impress upon that you brought up in when you Googled the idea of 8 and flow was and what to do on a full moon. Mm-hmm. Connecting with like-minded people. When we're not following our highest joy, we don't act on those things that bring us joy that allow that new abundance to flow, allow those connections to be made. And I think instinctively, that's why I do, why I get inspired to do these, because I love the connection with everyone. It's like, whether it's right now, whether it's later on, but it's so exciting to me to be able to connect with everybody in this way. And I was looking at what other decks I brought with me today. You know what? I wanted to do this one. Oh, the other thing is, I love plants, and I've got a lot of plants in here, and this is my sunroom. And anyway, I don't know why, but something told me. I'm wiggling my aloe. Hey, Jody. Okay, this is a piece of my aloe plant that came off today. And, and this is what's so weird about this is like, I heard in that moment, and I don't, which came first, I'm not sure, but I heard in that moment to tell somebody live about something about aloe and that you need aloe, like you need an aloe in your life or you need aloe. And I even remember then, because I was squeezing some out and I was putting it on my face, and I was reminded myself, oh yeah, I needed some aloe for my face. And so anyway, whatever you're guided to anyway, so I don't know. So somebody's supposed to know or hear that you needed some aloe. Maybe you've been looking to get, I don't know, whatever. So
aloe also sort of represents healing,
purification.
nature. So even connecting with the energy of the aloe
Aloe
plant
plant. Thank you.
helps
See?
connecting to
See,
just the
sometimes when it
energy of
gets,
healing.
I don't usually do hangouts at night, you guys, because all my synapses aren't always in order, especially if I haven't eaten yet. But I was like, and I had this thing laying here, and I'm like, somebody needs to hear about the aloe. So I'm literally squeezing it out and putting it on my skin to remind myself too. It's like, okay, aloe, connect with the aloe plant. That was really good. Connect with the aloe plant. Somebody, okay, so just
Well, when you rub it on you, you're physically sort of absorbing in the
well, then
energy
of
of
course
the
it's
aloe.
like, yes, you're like, it's in your DNA now. Like, I
It's
mean,
good for digestion, although
I know. I don't really
not
like
for
the. I
me.
don't like the taste. I know a lot of people do drink it, but yeah, it's not for
Have
me
the
either.
aloe drinks.
The aloe drinks, but I could probably tolerate it in something in a small quantity, though. You know what I mean?
Don't take too much.
But the gel stuff is kind of anyway. I haven't used this deck in a little while, and I grabbed this one, Conscious Spirit deck. Oh wait, I gotta count. Okay, so we've done 1, 2, 3. Okay,
2,
3. Right. Okay.
2 here.
Okay. So, Conscious Spirit deck. I always feel like that's part of what we're doing here is we're connecting with our conscious spirit. Our spirit is always conscious. It's like we are having this connection with our higher consciousness. So anyway, that's what I think of when I see this deck. So let's see what the message for this one, and I love the back of this one too. I always show it, the backs of these cards too.
And we always love to hear from you. So if you're resonating with this information, if you have something to share, if you have your own messages to share with us.
I didn't even speak light language today either.
Oh, let's have a number 8
here,
light language blessing.
So there's the back of these. These are the Conscious Spirit deck, and I just absolutely love the backs of these cards. They just have so much going on. Ale ko to besene, to konsi mi so por besene kantia linaya kote besomose me va umoro bakialaki. May all of these tools, these toys, these permission slips, I say toys because I like the idea that we're at play. This is what we came to do, is explore and play and be joyous. And we came to remember that that's what we came here to do, that we are the masters of limitation. Yeah, todo eso para ver shana y la somote. And that each and every one of us that comes across these messages gains so much knowledge. I don't want to say gains so much knowledge, but gains exactly the pieces of knowledge that we can turn into wisdom that these things bring to us. And one of the reasons why we came here to be surprised. We did. We came here to be surprised. Well, this is a really funny synchronicity. The number is 19. A nurturing heart dash mother. And we were just talking about that instinctual connection between the mother, between the wolf and the and us as companions. I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. And now you can make it whatever animal you wish. But doesn't that resemble somewhat a wolf? Nurturing, protecting.
And Morgan says, I didn't realize light language was a thing.
Oh,
I think I spoke it the other night. My
What?
boyfriend and I were trying to translate it because I didn't know what it was and what it meant. But it sounded just like that.
Oh, see, this is one of the reasons why you guys, I love doing the Zoom rooms, because I like when this stuff happens, it's like, oh, come in. And a lot of people are a little too shy, but that's why I say, just leave your camera off then. That's fine. You don't need to. Now, these samole isha no tabiakala simolo yada kinti malun toro shaniki na tabasoporvisa nataya. We talk about orchestration and divine orchestration. Sometimes we don't even understand why we are where we are when we are. And maybe this whole thing, this whole idea was that you could have this realization for yourself that, wait a minute, light language is something. That's why I started my channel 9 years ago, was because I started speaking light languages. There were very, very, very few people, like maybe 3 or 4 on YouTube, that were even talking about it or speaking them. And it just became something that I became very passionate about. As soon as it happened, I just started hanging around other people that were speaking it. I became activated, and I just, 1 minute I was in a hangout and I wasn't speaking it, and the next minute I was. And my whole life changed. That's when I started this, and why I started this channel called Languages of Lights, because I was hearing that these were the languages of all of the lights that are me. These are the languages that are our star families. These are the languages of the lights of all that is, which I cannot even begin to comprehend. All of the languages of all of the lights of all of creation. How could we possibly? We can't. We can barely even comprehend the languages in our own planet, you know? And so when they started when I started speaking them, I was just engulfed in love. Nothing but pure love. And that's when the emissaries of the light came to me. I felt I felt more deeply connected to my angelic guides, and those parts of me that are residing in the angelic realms. That is how I truly felt. um and then it became so much, because I opened the flow. I opened the gate. I just said, okay, if this is something that I'm excited to do, and then let it flow, and that's kind of what I said in the hangout, kind of in a, I was like, okay, well, if there's anybody who wants to speak with me, through me, however this works, okay. And it just, yeah, and I talk a lot with my hands, as a lot of people do. And eventually, I don't want to say eventually, but then eventually I met Dave, and he started speaking light language. Some people realize they've been doing it all their lives and didn't even know that's what it was. Um, it and what I've realized over the last 9 years is that there were really, really only a few people out there even doing it. And from that moment, I connected with people all over the world very quickly, and met so many amazing people.
And Wendy has activated quite a lot of people.
I would say
in many different
probably
ways.
hundreds of thousands, if not more. I can honestly say that. And it took me a long time to realize this, that over the last 9 years, all of the infinite threads that each and every one of us have, the orchestrations that each and every one of us have, are, once we become open to that flow of information, you realize that it's always been there all along. You just didn't believe it. Like, okay, I have an Amazon order that's supposed to come on one day. Then it comes on I'm not expecting it. Then it comes on, then it says it's coming, and then I realize, then it says it's coming a day early. Then it says it's going to be here in an hour. But the point was, is I got this message the other day, loud and clear, that it was kind of like me receiving the package had nothing to do with me, the timing of it. It had to do with something to do with the driver, like all of that stuff that feels invisible to me, like, oh, it's just not coming this day. It didn't quite happen. It didn't get on this truck, didn't get on. But I realized that their souls, human souls that are, they're having their own orchestration. And they even said to me, sometimes it's just has nothing to do with you. It's just that you also, just by ordering this thing, helped orchestrate something for someone that they needed to experience in that moment, in that time. And then the shipments got changed because it wasn't going to happen the way it needed to happen. It was like a whole thing. And then they're like, now multiply that by infinity, the infinity symbol. You guys can't even imagine how critical you are in every way, like to everything. Every cog moves, every single cog, everywhere, every when. That's what quantum means. That's what quantum physics is. And I'm not a physicist. I'm not even close. I don't even like math, but I like numbers. And then, so anyway, you guys, the wolf spirit, are you kidding me? Look at that. And I know darn well, as all you know, each of us chose each other. We chose each other's companions. She's a miracle. That's her name. Her name is Abigail Miracle, because her whole existence is a miracle. But then when you realize we all are, no, this can't be happening. I'm going to cry. Come on. Did you see me pick that card? Did you guys see me pick that card?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. No.
No
funny. Way. And it's the same number. God dang it. Oh, sorry, guys. Shit. Okay, it's the same number, 19. It's the dog spirit. Shut up. Come on. Be loyal to what you love. And it's the same number, 19, which equals 1 and 1, which is 11. Oh, come on. Like, really? The dog spirit, the dog star, companionship, loyalty. The wolf that was the beginning of loyalty between, I think, man and animal. Like, I'm freaking out, you guys. Come on. It's like, and when we were having our technical weirdities starting, I was started right at 8, and our dog woke up. She was whining, she was crying, she wanted to be in here, and then we were working out the technical details, and she fell asleep. I mean, this is like, I'm serious, you guys. This is freaking me out. Come on. And then we're talking about dog Reiki and pet Reiki and doing Reiki and doing light language hangouts. You don't even need to. It doesn't even need to be just. Bring your animals when we're hanging out. Like, I thought, oh, should I do it like on a purposeful? Like, and I thought, well, we'll just make it a hangout. We'll just hang out, It's like, I'm just like, wowed. I'm okay. I can't believe not only is it the same number, but it's like the dog and geez. Okay, I need a moment.
Morgan says, "Did you guys see what I said about my dog?"
No.
And she's gonna cry. Oh my god! My mom literally just sent me a picture of my dog.
What?
She's freaking out.
Oh my god! I'm freaking out, you guys. Wolf spirit. We got 3 dog. We've got 3 wolf cards. So, okay. Now, do you see why I like to connect the dots with this stuff? We're all connected. We all have this Sirius star energy within us. Where something was activated in me today with all of these 8s. I don't know what. I don't know why. I just told Dave, I'm like, we're doing this. And
all day long.
I'm like,
my guys have been telling me
we
have to go talk about
I'm like, so anyway, and our whole day got changed around when anyway. So, but I'm just like, this is really, really amazing to me. Did I even okay? How many cards did we pull so far? I'm like, is it just these 1, 2, 3? No, there had to be more than that.
1, 2,
Really?
3,
I'm like, wow, really? Only
4.
3? Wait, 4. Wait, 4.
5.
5.
We
Okay.
count this as 1.
Okay, I'm just checking.
5
It's like,
decks. 1, 2, 3.
oh, don't turn them
4.
over. I'll lose track. I will. You know me. I'll lose track. Okay, here. And besides, I just can't even believe this. I have to take it like, okay, really? There's got to be a thumbnail for this. Like, seriously, this is freaking me out. Seriously. I know there's some really divine messages, you guys, and I also just heard that animal spirits will be okay. Hang on. The more we open our flow and the more we open our hearts, that's it. That there were other cards, the open heart card. Ah, so you were putting them back.
No, I have them
Okay,
on top.
good. Okay. Like I can't lose track. Okay. So is that 6? Sorry, you guys.
Well, how many total cards?
Yes.
Well, there's
It's
2.
supposed to be 8.
Okay, there's 2.
Okay, that's 5.
Well, no, we've got a lot of cards.
Oh, did we already put? Wait, this one too. Oh, Blossom. That's not it. That's not the Blossom card. Anyway, okay, so
That
1.
might still be out.
Wait, no, it isn't. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4,
The
5.
moon.
Okay, anyway, the Blossom. It was the Blossom card. That's what I remember. So that's what, 6? Okay. Anyway, 5, and then the Blossom card was 6. If anybody's counting, let me know. I'm pretty sure that was 6. Because I'm looking to see what else I'm guided to really quick here.
Lemuria and the Lemurian crystal.
Okay. All right. So okay. It was so I do know it was,
Blossoming, 11.
there it is.
32.
Oh, 33. Of course. How could I forget? 33. Blossoming. Okay. Now I got it. I feel better now. Okay. Well, because I might like to take a photo of these, you know what I'm saying? Of the whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm weird that way. I know I'm weird that way. Okay. All right. So I wanted to bring the Beyond Lemuria deck too, because again, with the Lemurian crystal, here it is. Because I really believe somehow the 8s and the dates equal 8s this year, and this idea of infinite flow, okay? Some way for such souls that this year, this 8, this idea of flow, and also the idea of part of the excitement about this channel is the idea of open contact to everything, not just extraterrestrials, but just opening contact to more of all that is. And I just felt like this idea of the infinity symbol and this 8-year and the idea of flow, and the idea of Lemuria, there's some connection to this wisdom, to this maybe breaking open the knowledge.
As we connect more with the vibration of the crystals, the idea is the knowledge of Lemuria was stored in the crystalline structure, one of which you're holding.
And it's stored inside of us, our crystalline structure, like it's going to burst forth or something, or flow this year in a way. I'm not sure, but and also the idea that this is the countdown. This year, 2024, is opening the flow to open contact, to more of that idea. And this is the year that Bashar said is the countdown, the first year to the countdown of actually open contact. So somehow this felt relevant, and there's a lot of DNA reference on these cards. and they're just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay, and actually, this is Dave. This is actually Dave's crystal, so I always feel like I feel an interesting connection to you through the crystal to that
like fits right
to that
in,
idea
like perfectly.
that we were there then, that we are having, because everything's now
Peer
that
into the crystal.
okay.
Well, the interesting thing about the Lemurian crystals are, if you look at them a certain way, they have like these straight edge lines.
The lines through them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this one you could sort of see in different places.
Well, I don't believe this. I pulled this card the last reading. The last live we did. And look at the symbol at the top. No way. Look, you guys. No way.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I have to look at this card here.
Get
that we kept
out. This is the last card we pulled the last reading. The last live, 29, which equals 11. Harmonic flight. We talked about the twin flame again. Look at there it is, the symbol, the infinity symbol. And the balance, the perfect balance.
And oddly, I forgot to
mention.
mention.
The soaring into joy card.
It's hard to tell exactly, but it looks like there are 8 balloons.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not even joking, you guys. Come on. Well, this is just crazy talk. That's crazy.
You can't make this shit up.
Oh my gosh. And of course the 11, portal 11, favorite number. Well, look at that. I think, is this the 8th card? Is this the 8th card? I think it is. Let me count. I think it is. Because wouldn't that be something if it, wait a minute. 1, 6. Oh no, it's 7.
And you had.
Oh wait.
Where's that other card?
Which one?
Your wolf card that you started with.
Isn't it in here? This right here.
Okay. There.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, opening to joy. Sorry. Okay, so that's 7. Right? Okay. Just checking. Yes. Okay. 7. I'm just checking. I don't know why it's that important, you guys. I don't know why. It just seemed
7 cards.
It just seemed important. So that's 7.
Card?
Yeah. So that's 7 so far. Okay. Boy. Okay. Definitely this. Okay. The other thing we talked about was the idea of the harmonic conversions, which was 2012. We talked about this a while back, but that idea of that 1111 portal too, and now we're looking at this idea today of 888. But something about that, the Mayan calendar we talked about the idea of there's something about this idea of a similar wave of that, because that's what they called it, was the harmonic convergence. That's what this.
Well, so actually, I think what that refers to is the idea of all our different realities have a harmonic frequency. So if you could imagine, let's just say layers upon layers of graphs of music playing. So you've seen sort of like how the waves of music vibrate up and down all over. So you have layers and layers and layers of universes, of realities, of timelines, of all these things. So there are certain points in time, as we know it, as we create it, where the peaks of the actual frequencies hit each other and actually interact with one another.
Okay.
And
Okay, I got it.
they're used where
Okay.
to travel between as gateways
As
to travel
gateways,
between
yes.
realities, universes, whatever. And there are certain times where it happens more often than others. But in 2012, when that occurred, it affects all reality. So it's not just our reality.
Okay, it converged
It
with
converges with all realities in some way, or at least enough that were relative to our experiences. So these things don't just affect our own reality. These things are
quantum
and affect things at
Yes.
so many different levels that we can't even comprehend.
Yes.
So the idea of the harmonic convergence is literally, if you imagine multiple music playing, the harmonics of those music, the different, let's say you're playing, you've got, my example is old, but imagine you have 10 record players all playing at the same time.
Right.
There might be points where, even though they're playing all different songs,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like one in just little pieces here
Right.
and there.
Yeah.
And the harmonics conversion and amplify where they meet.
Yes. When you're talking to it, it almost reminds me too of the Schumann resonance. I think I can, a lot of my drawings too, and painting seem to have a lot to do with that idea of that symbology of harmonic convergence and of layers of parallel realities and touching, and reminding me of the idea of the Schumann resonance.
And I do want to remind everyone, anyone that wants to get in touch with Wendy or us, languagesoflights.com. There's a contact page and email.
And that's actually how I started really having private sessions and doing things like that, was because light languages were kind of new and people weren't really they weren't new, but the idea of them publicly was new. And people started asking me, I feel it in my throat, I think I speak it, I'm not sure, what am I saying, who am I talking to, who am I channeling, what is it good, is it bad, how do I know, how can I tell the difference, all of those things. And so people just started asking me, do you do sessions, do you talk about, lots of people were activated in sessions even, where they felt it, but it just couldn't, quite come out. And then the next question is, well, what do we do with this information? How do we take that information and turn it into wisdom? How do I take this information that I'm receiving, whether it's sounds, signs, symbols, numbers, and how do I apply that in my life? What do I do with that stuff? What does it mean? And how can we take this stuff, this information, these symbols, all of these, and create the being we know. I don't want to say create the being that we know we are. That's not really what I mean. It's almost like waking up to knowing who you are. I think that's really what it felt more like. What did you pull? Oh.
So I thought I would pick from the Dragon
I'm
deck
surprised.
because we're coming
Approaching.
up to
But you're still okay.
But in my infinite wisdom,
in your infinite
this is
wisdom,
the card that came out.
Okay.
But I don't know how you feel about it, because I would like to end with an angel, Oracle of the Angels card.
But well, then why did you pull that?
I'm just following my intuition.
What did we talk about today?
Well, this is number 8.
What's number 8? I know, but okay, never mind. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm just gonna tell you, so you're not in the dark here. So I was under the impression that when we are in the Chinese year of a particular year, whatever that is, that until that actual next Chinese year begins, I was under the impression that it we shouldn't focus on that next year, the one coming up, even if it's only in a couple days, until the last one's over. It's Chinese tradition. Now I could be way off here. So Jilly, if you're watching, I don't know, maybe you know. So so anyway, however, I'm also about going with the flow. So,
well, I don't know. There's a couple more decks on the thing.
and then you said you wanted. Okay, so anyway,
that was the next one.
The next Chinese New Year is the year of the dragon, and Dave pulled the dragon cards. And I told him today we were talking about this idea of this, that we shouldn't discuss the next year prior. Oh, check the notes. I just saw a message.
Must be a dragon card. Dragons have been showing up everywhere for me.
See, okay. So I guess that's the reason we're just, so this is going to be it, guys.
Well,
the 8th card.
Apparently they're coming and they want us to know.
Apparently this is what's happening. So I'm that's why I said I need to go with the flow, because one of the things that we're doing, all of us as humans, getting rid of anything that doesn't belong, So with the going of the flow, we're doing a dragon card. Whether or not it's the up and coming year of the dragon. So there it is.
Well, I don't care about buying into the belief
exactly
that you can't
talk about
right.
it.
Everything
ahead.
is here and now.
Exactly. So if we are literally, and this is an important conversation, if we are literally really incorporating the idea of going with the flow, being in your really going moment by moment, what excites you now, moment by moment, going with the flow, isn't that what we're doing with this idea this year, is getting rid of any belief that isn't that? So there it is.
It's up to you.
Exactly. It's up to us. So, dragon card it is. The crystal yellow dragon. Now, we just talked about crystals and information stored in crystals. I'm very upset about my crystals. We'll talk about that another time. I will manifest crystals. The crystal yellow dragon opens you to higher learning and wisdom. Are you kidding me?
The cards don't lie.
Okay. Which one of that said that? Okay. Opening you to higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakras. Your crown chakra for illumination. Walk the higher spiritual path. Well, no wonder you were guided. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Look at that image.
Jody says She has a yellow dragon crystal.
No, you don't. Yeah, Jody Reiki. She's my. Is it Jody Reiki?
Mm-hmm. No.
Or Jody Runyon.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, because Jody shows crystals on her. That I can't believe.
Yeah, Jody Reiki medium is here.
I can't believe it. Jody. You actually have Jody Runyon. You actually have a no way. I want one. I need to find one now. Wow. Oh my God.
We have the dragon crystal.
What? Oh, we do.
Well, I think we have two.
What a great, but I mean, what a great message to literally like end the 8-card reading with. Opens you to higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination. And I just had a conversation today with Dave about the word illumination. See, got to use my I have to use my intuition as well for illumination. For illumination. This is what my guides have always said to me. Illumination. That's what I was here to help do, is illuminate and that's what the emissaries of the light said to me. The light within you illuminates the light within me, and the light within me illuminates the light within you, and together we light brighter, illuminate brighter, all that is, and to expand your crown chakra for illumination, walk the higher spiritual path. That's what this is about today. This message really, all of this whole reading is about walking the higher spiritual path. All of it. Every card is a stepping stone to that idea.
And Jody says she's got 5 of the different dragon crystals. Morgan says, I just got done telling my mom about the reading tonight. I'll make sure she subscribes.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Mm-hmm. And yes, I love doing this. I love doing this personally for people. Always feel free to reach out, connect with me. All my information is always on my website, in every way. That's what I'm excited to do. This is what I love to do. This is just who I am, and I never know. Honestly, you guys, algorithms, who knows what? But you know what? I never know what today is going to bring. I never have. I just go with the flow. I went with my flow wherever it took me, and it has taken me on the most magical places like this. And
I will just consider that instead of picking an oracle of the angel, you can just be my oracle of the angel.
Oh, that's what he said to me today. But you are the oracle. It's like, oh, well, I guess that's true. But there's an oracle in all of us. And remember that, all of you. Follow your guidance. Open your heart. Literally take these messages to heart. Look back at each one if you need to. But what a beautiful message. I'll tell you what, that whole dog thing and the wolf thing, and that is the name I was born with, Wendy Wolfe, and I laugh about that because Dave and we are married, and I just haven't made the full leap over to, to changing my name. I thought, well, maybe I'll hyphenate it. I don't know, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's just an energy thing. And it's not even spelled the same.
And Wendy reads all your comments and emails and anything. She gets very excited when she gets a message from one of you guys.
Yes, I do. I love it. So I love all of the love you guys give back to me. It's such a beautiful mirror. So thanks for indulging me tonight. Thank you for indulging me tonight. And I don't know where this whole 888 thing is going to take any of us. I just wanted to go with the flow, go with my instincts, and I'm so happy that we had this interaction tonight. And I know that, you know, as I do every day, I recite in my mind, I, and I say my name, you know, see and draw to me those through divine love, those beings who seek enlightenment through my process. The sharing will elevate us both now. And that was something I heard Esther Hicks say. She was channeling Theo, and I have never forgotten it because I say it every day. Because no matter quantumly when and where we are, as Dave said, we're always converging with all of these other parallel realities. And our process that we share, whether we're doing it consciously or not, enlightens someone else on the other side of that. Every circuit is complete. Every circuit is complete. And without you, that circuit wouldn't be complete. And
So
yeah,
if everything is really energy and everything is really consciousness, the value in all of it is purely the sharing.
yes,
There's no better value
than the sharing.
than the sharing. Thank
And
you
that
for
was-
sharing with us.
And that was a wise words of wisdom from an oracle, the very first oracle reading Dave and I have ever had, that we ever had together, and have ever, I think, had. I don't think we had one since, have we? And that was the one. That's what she told us. Share everything. And she was.
Eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables. Use your aloe. Love you guys. Mwah. Thank you so much for being out here, interacting, commenting, sharing your love. And whenever you watch this, it's for you. That's why you're here. That's why you connected with this vibration. I love you so much. If you only knew the love I have for all of you. Thank you once again. It is always in humble divine honor, appreciation, and through my own spirit guidance that I share my process and go with my flow with all of you, as I have been for 9 years and who knows how much longer, but there's only now. So, mwah. Nyatove sebe tia no tebe she, kia no tebe la hasha inaya, tebe sono tebe bo onto komaya. And I'm reminded right now about full moons, completion. What are we starting new? Yalakotabe sebe sono tobe she, lavio nomaro ko sebe sono o lo shono, teba somote e la shono kotiana ki. Tabaso, Tebasono Maya. Nature is a reminder of the beautiful flow of love and life. Miato, I love you. Bye, everybody. Good night. Mwah.